Hey guys, Josh Carter here with OneObjective. In today's video, me and James are going to be rigging out a Bonafide 127 Blackwood edition for a customer, so stay tuned. Alright guys, like I said, in this video we're going to be rigging out a 127 for a customer of ours. He wants the 1103 mounted on our OneObjective mount, non-actuated mount. He wants power pole, he wants everything like you just seen in the pan through. So we're going to be rigging this completely out. We're going to be putting the Garmin 73 SV on here. So he's going to be fishing tournaments in the 2021 season. So we're just getting everything set up for him. So it's, you know, it's ready to go. He ain't got to do nothing. It's turnkey. He gets in it and he goes, and he's got all his accessories, his graphs, all that stuff. So, but first thing we're going to be doing, we're going to start putting the 1103 on, right? That's what we're going to start with that, or
that and the steer cables. Yeah.
So we gotta go ahead and start running the steer cables for this. Putting the Bonafide steer cable kit on here. And then, like I say, we're gonna go from there, and then we're gonna work our way into the motor. So let's get to it. Take these out and get the accessory plates ready. So you can put his cup holder or torqeedo throttle over here, or on the other side, whichever side he prefers. Now you can save these pieces here that come off for your paddle holder. You save them. Get longer screws, and you can use that and put back on your accessory plate if you want to still use your paddle holder. But we always just put them in the box here. Have them for next time if you ever need them. If you want to sell the boat and go back factory, you can. James is getting the tubing ready to run for the steering cables.
This makes life a little bit easier. You're running your cables.
Yeah, those you can get those at Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight has a little set. This set here is from Lowe's, but
got your hook on there.
Mm-hmm.
He's got one set of cables pulled through. So now I just need to go ahead and get the 9-inch mighty mounts and I'll mount those to the accessory plate here. So I'll get that here in just a second.
Stick the stick pin in there, and you can cut this thing off.
And that right there just keeps it from pulling it back in there, because we're gonna flatten the end here.
Yeah, and it keeps it from sucking back in there because it gets so hot. You're trying to hold it with a pair of pliers or anything like that. After I've done this a few times, I've come to find out it will slide back and shoot back in the kayak. So this just seems to make it a little bit easier. And that way you can let it sit while you run your other cable.
Yep, cool off and ready to go. This end's is this one already done yet?
Mm-hmm. I did one end before I.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so he did this end first. So when you're pulling it, you won't pull it through. That's what he's doing now for the other side. All right, guys. So we have got the motor mount on with the power pole bracket. But like I said, this customer, he's gonna have a power pole with the torqeedo. Don't pay no mind to these. These are temporary steer cable we had to do. We ran out of the one for the Bonafide steer kit. We didn't have that in our kit, so they're sending us at. So we just did get them going, and we'll get that to them. Got the accessory mounting plate on. We also put, the good thing about the accessory mounting plate is you don't have to take, like when you're doing your lock cable for your torqeedo, your little lock to hold it when you pull the motor up. I see a lot of people drilling another track here and putting it here and all. You don't have to do all that. The accessory plate, you can mount the 9-inch mighty mount with the little lock for that. So anyways, we got that on there. Got his box, his torqeedo throttle controller on, and James right now is working on building the cell block where he's gonna have his Garmin on there. So got that on, he's gonna have that, and it's gonna have the switchblade on there for the transducer. So we're gonna be getting that up here soon. We're actually gonna be putting a Dakota lithium in there for him that he had, so that'll all be going on here shortly. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get the micro on, the micro power pole, which is by far, I think, one of the best investments when it comes to anchoring your boat down. Manual ones are okay for depending on what you fish, but if you fish current or anything where you know, something with a lot of strong current or hard rock bottoms, all that stuff, this right here is way better than any manual power pole I think that you'll get out there on the market. That run in. There. And that's on. So he's got a battery for this. I think we'll probably just leave that in the box, give that to him. That way he can get it charged up and all that. We don't have to put it on right now. Like I said, we don't have the pole. We don't need a pole. So soon we're going to get the back part of the mount on with the motor, and then have our steer strings that we got right there for now. And that assembly is actually pretty done. It pretty much done. It only takes, I almost say, just mounting the plate itself, getting a regular torqeedo on, all that power pole. I mean, you're looking at no time. I mean, you're looking at maybe 30 minutes just getting all that on there. But then, you know, most of your time is just setting up and running your steer cables for it. But other than that, that's where most of your time is at. This, it does not take long at all. It's only 4 bolts that hold all this together. So you got your Allen socket heads that stainless steel that we supply, and it goes through the power pole bracket, through the mount, into your boat. It's 4 bolts holds all that together, and then it's just going to be 2 pins that hold the back end of your mount on. So it makes it super simple. When you're ready to get off the water, you pull your pins, take this off, you unplug your battery, and you're ready to go. All right, guys. Well, James has got the switchblade, cell block, all of that on. He's tidying up some loose ends. We'll just make sure the wire is good and clean and don't get in the way of branches and hooks and whatnot. But it's pretty clean, James. You look like you've done this before.
Once or twice.
We ain't far from getting it done. Take this off. Once James is done doing all that, we'll go ahead and snap this in and make sure everything's working good. And then we're going to move on to the rest of the back side here. And then all we got to do is put the keel guard on. And I think that'd be pretty close to finishing this thing up. All right, now James is getting the 1103 put on there. We ain't got much further now. Get that put on. We'll get the steering bracket put on. All right, and these pins here, people's asked us a lot of times what this pin is for here. And and it's for what he's doing now. It helps tidy up your wires. So you can run it through this pin, run it through this pin, run it through that pin, and then we're just kind of running it through now and just kind of getting into the customers' cables and stuff. Like I said, the torqeedo isn't much itself. Just getting your steer cables and all that done. There we go, we got the power pole with the motor on there. Yep. Lays right past the power pole, so when you pull your motor up, you can still have all that. It ain't sticking way far out here when you're pulling it up. Tucks in pretty good. All right, we've had a lot of questions about how loud the 1103 is compared to the 403. And I know in the show that I talked about the 1103, you know, is a lot quieter than the 403. But actually playing around with this motor here, it's actually surprising at how quiet this motor is. So we're gonna do a little test, show you guys how quiet it is. That's wide open. Yeah, that's wide open in reverse. It's wide open. It's pretty quiet. It's a lot quieter. It's a lot quieter than the 403. So, but there's a little test just to kind of show you guys at how loud that motor is. All right, everything's on. The temporary steer kit cables are on. We got the pull rope. We just put that in, went through and put some yak attack eyelets in and run it all the way up through here. Like I say, it comes up through right here. So it's torqeedo's on. We're going to test the graph here shortly. It really isn't bad pulling it up this way. We've seen a lot of people with this mount having issues pulling it up, but I mean, James is standing right there and just was pulling it up pretty easy. So yeah, I think that's a good setup. I think this guy's really gonna like this boat. It's definitely a rigged up fishing machine. All we got left now is the keel protector. We'll get that on and we're done. That'll be it. All right guys, got the boat done. I think it turned out really good. It's clean. Got his graph on. Everything's working. Got his keel protector on. This is gonna be a nasty little machine on the water with the 1103. I think this is gonna be I think he's gonna be real happy with it. Like I say, we just gotta put his other steer cables on there. Got his all accessory plate kits on. So it's done. Looks good, James. You did a good job.
You did a good job too.
Yeah, I did a real good job putting accessory plates on twice.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
But anyways, yep, it's all done. We're happy to get this out. Hope the customer really enjoys it. I know I would if I had that big 1103 on the back. So, but other than that, guys, if you're interested in us rigging your boat, or if you got questions about rigging boats, or you're looking for accessories to rig your boat with, you can go to OneObjectiveBF.com. You can email us there. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. We're on, you know, pretty much all the social media platforms. So go on there and find us. Willing to talk to anybody who's ready to talk about rigging kayaks. And like I say, I know a lot of people have a lot of questions, a lot on the market out there to rig your boat with. So a lot of people's got a lot of questions on what to do. So always feel free to email us. That's OneObjectiveBF@gmail.com. But other than that, guys, y'all have a good night. Appreciate you watching the video. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we'll talk to you later. See you.